Alright, what's up, Muda Sutras? Let's make sure this is all good. Nice. Look at that. Such a good little frame. We're back with another episode of the 5-6 Kings live reaction on YouTube. What up? This is Braden from the 5-6 Kings with another live video on YouTube, but we're also recording it, which you will be able to get on all platforms. So you might be able to listen to this on Spotify. Maybe it's on YouTube. Who knows? But you're with us. We got another episode, another reaction to House of the Dragon, episode 7. What can I say, guys? This fucking show just gets better and better. It is fantastic. I mean, everything. What I really liked about this episode, I'll say one thing I really liked and one thing I didn't really like. One thing I really did like, beyond, the way that the story is developing and the characters and the relationships and everything, was the overall kind of like aesthetic, the color scheme. I really like that they did a lot of night shoots, and like the not even just the night shoots, but just overall certain scenes had such like a lucid, kind of dreamy vibe to it. I know David's gonna love the word vibe. Man, it's such a vibe. Guys, it's a fucking vibe. If you don't know what a vibe is, maybe go watch the movie Drive with Ryan Gosling, because that's a vibe. But this episode definitely had a vibe to it. Good aesthetics, good color scheme, obviously good score, good fucking acting, good writing, everything, good wardrobe. I mean, top-notch fucking show that we got. What a time to be alive. 2022. We got dragons looking more real than ever. We got great acting, great production value in a show. So we get like so much of it. I mean, we're spoiled. We're all spoiled. Me and you, all right? What a good time to be alive. One thing I did not like, and I know that, what everyone that was a part of the production in this episode was probably punching air throughout filming it, because everything was filmed like right on the coast. So I don't know where they were. I don't know exactly where they filmed it, but you can guarantee and tell that it was windy as a motherfucker. So it was very hard to hear some of the dialogue. I mean, I even like replayed like 3 times over, especially for Prince Damien. He had a bunch of lines where I was like, what in the fuck did he say? I kind of get the jabs from like the way he said it, his body language, blah, blah, blah. I can kind of understand and guess kind of what he was trying to get by, but I don't know what he said in certain scenes. So I might be wrong in my interpretation of certain scenes if we get to there. But I don't know if you guys felt the same way. It was just, you could tell it's very windy. I mean, you could see by the hair, you could see it being on the coast and everything. I'm sure it was very difficult, and I'm sure they had to even reshoot some of the dialogue. So they did good enough, though. They did good enough, and they survived. But we opened up in the episode right on the water. If you guys remember from last episode, Prince Daemon, his ex, or now ex, whatever, she is deceased. She got fucking Dracarys at the end of the episode. Yeah, now we're just basically taking her ashes in a nice ass marble coffin. I'm like, damn, that bitch is nice. And basically just pushing it off into the ocean. What a way to go down, especially for them, the Valerians, because they're all about the ocean. So we start the episode with this. Spin around right there. We start the episode with this like reunion, and kind of now where we're at, at this point in time in the show, with everyone's dynamic of the relationships and friendships, whatever it may be, and you kind of get it from the body language, small little nuances of what the characters are doing. It's pretty intriguing to see. I like how they're playing it out right now in this episode. It was a pretty long scene. It's pretty long in the beginning. I was like, okay, some of the things felt a little redundant, but it did also feel necessary to what we end up getting to. And once again, I mean, I was like, is this night? Is this a nighttime scene? Because it was so bright at the same time dark. I was like, wow, this is pretty dope. Pretty dope to see. What a vibe. Obviously, though, there's some crazy dynamics still between the characters, and we start to see more of the children. Now, I'm just gonna get right to it. I'm just gonna say it. Fucking fight, kid fight of the year going down. Like, Kids Choice Award. If you don't have, so okay, Nickelodeon, I'm calling you out. Kids Choice Award. If you don't have a category or an award for the best kids fight of the year, you better fucking start it this year, and you better give the award to this fucking episode, to the kids in this episode. We'll get to it. I was so excited. I'm so excited just to talk about it. It had to come out. But after kind of like a little get together and kind of seeing more also what the kids are doing, what they're up to, and everything, we end up at. God, I gotta pull up IMDb because I'm not good with these names. I believe it's the Valerians. Not the Valerians. It's Yeah, no, I'm right. No, not the Valerians. Not the Hightowers. The people on the sea, and I got that wrong in the beginning. Can I find it? No, I am right. The Valerians. What the fuck? See? Guys, I'm not good with names. I'm definitely not good with these names. So, the Valerians. We're back with the main, older couple that was once going to end up being possibly queen. And she's basically just talking about how, like, come on, bro, get over it. I'm never going to be queen. And, husband's like, come on. Life is all about legacy. And she's like, to you? And then, it's not much, but it's basically just saying, like, I'm fucking over it. And, you're literally sacrificing our kids' lives because she's upset that, her daughter basically died. And it's like, I get it. Well, right after there, we see that Damon apparently has got no remorse, even though he's like, yeah, it was good for what it was. Like, we didn't really love each other. Dude, look at, what? I don't know exactly how many years later, but now look, fucking life comes full circle. Speaking of full circle, but life comes full circle because Rhaenyra and Damon start fucking hooking up. They start kissing. It was hot. It was hot, and it was once again, it was like a dream. I was like, oh, this is weird, but it's like pretty sensual and cool at the same time. Because she's like caressing him, and it's like really nice out. Stars are out. Come on. The love is in the air. And life comes full circle because they just start fucking again. But what I wanted to jump to about life being full circle, guys, a little update about my life. So I had my grand aunt, she passed away, my grandpa's sister, God rest her soul, R.I.P., beautiful woman. As we're going to the funeral, we get a call from my sister. What? She's going into labor. And then by the time the service was done, we were able to go to the hospital. She gave birth, and now I'm a fucking uncle. My sister gave birth to an 8 fucking pound, 1 ounce boy named Theodore. Let's just give a fucking... That's what the 5-6 Kings are all about. Just love and fucking cycle, the cycle of life. I feel like I'm on Pride Rock right now, talking to all the animals out there in the kingdom. Like, come on, guys, this is, I eat you, you eat me. This is what we do. Love. It's the cycle of life. So they fuck, and then it cuts to Prince Aemon. So not Prince Aegon, Prince Aemon, the younger boy of Hightower and King Viserys. I don't know about you guys, but I was like, oh my god, oh shit. He found that, I don't know how, but he found where they're fucking. Because Prince Daemon and Princess Rhaenyra, they were in bumfuck Egypt. That must have been like a 3-mile trek just to find a place to like talk. But really, they both know what's going on. We're about to fuck. And then I'm like, it's in the sand. I'm sure they had layers on layers of, beautiful silk clothing to lay on. But I'm like, you're going to get a little sandy. I don't know about, showing back up. You got sand coming out everywhere. Like, oh, where were you guys for fucking 3 hours? So Prince Aemon's like running. He's running miles. I'm like, dude, how did he even spot these two fucking in the middle of the nowhere? Like, is Princess Rhaenyra just screaming? Does Prince Daemon just got this fucking hung dragon dick, and you could just everyone could hear it. Apparently now the waves and the crashing of the waves and the breeze, it doesn't matter. Sound travels very easily now. That's what I was thinking, because Prince Aemon's just running for miles, and he's like also being very like sneaky, and he looks over the hill, and I thought it was where Prince Daemon and Princess Rhaenyra was in this like little fucking it's either a broken down ship right off the coast on the right off the water on the beach, or someone made a very shitty man-made twig little shelter, and it kind of looked like that. Come to find out, it is like the upper back of one of the biggest fucking dragons of the late woman, ex-wife to Prince Daemon, dragon, that big ass dragon. It was the biggest fucking dragon known to man. And Prince Aegon goes up to this thing, and all he's got to do is just say a couple words that I don't know what they mean. It's not Dracarys, but it's probably like, hey, calm down, bud. I'm a human, or I'm a fucking Targaryen or some shit. Because the thing looked at him, was about I don't understand what the whole dynamic with the dragons are. Like, are you gonna, if you're gonna show the fire about to come out, like, is it that easy just to not do it? Like, are dragons that easily able to be fucking tamed by some child who's like 10 years old or some shit, or 12? I don't know how fucking old he is, but it's like, come on, dude. Come on. This dragon's been loyal to one person its whole life. Now it's gonna let this little 12-year-old tell it what to do? But it does. He's like, all right, I guess I won't kill you. I won't kill you. You got white hair. I get it. Climb up on my... Hurry, boys. Climb on my back. South Park reference. Don't worry about it. So, hops on the fucking back, and they go fucking flying. I'm just like, dude, if this was me, I wouldn't stop. It'd be like an all-nighter. 12 hours, just fucking flying on the dragon, in the moonlight, looking beautiful, in the stars. What a perfect fucking night for this kid. And, I mean, he's just gotta find a way to fuck it up. Because that's what Targaryens do. Am I right? Am I right? I mean, if there's one thing we've learned over an entire show, now into the second show, is that they're gonna fuck up some way, somehow. No one can tame a dragon. Yes, it may let you ride on his back. So then they fly back, and the dragon just ends up literally just blowing, just raw, Dracarys the whole fucking kingdom. So everyone's dead. Viserys, Daemon, fucking Rhaenyra, Hightower, all the kids, everyone's dead. Show's over. Done. And then Prince Aemon, it's just kind of like, oh, he's now on the right. No. He flies back. He's like, oh, fuck, I just tamed a dragon. How cool is that? The biggest fucking dragon, too. Not the smallest one, the biggest one. Just fucking let me tame that shit. He's walking back, ends up in like a... I don't know the entrance to his fucking castle, but this one looked like a cave. So I'm guessing it's like a secret little passageway back into what would probably be like the royalty den. Because it just so coincidentally happens that all of the other royal family's kids are there. So you have the Valerian's kids there. You have the Targaryen, well, you have Aegon Targaryen walking up. You have Princess Rhaenyra's kids, so the Valerian kids there, and then you also have Daemon's girls, I believe it's Daemon's girls there as well. So you got now this crazy dynamic where you have Rhaenyra and Daemon fucking, their kids are in like a cave and they're playing around, and then Hightower's daughter, Alicent, well, really, Targaryen now, and Viserys' kid, Aemon, is walking in, and bro, shit just goes from 0 to 100 so fast. I'm like, damn, dude, for kids, I would have been like, whoa, bro. I'm like 8 years old, dude. I'm still playing with toys. Like, chill out. But, I mean, obviously, there was reasoning. I'm kind of overhyping it. So when Aemon walks in, the youngest daughter, I don't know her fucking first name. You guys gotta bear with me. But she is Valerian. She is the youngest Valerian. And she's like, that's my fucking dragon, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, I tamed it, bitch. And then it gets pretty pushy, shovey pretty quick. And dude, Aemon is the oldest by far. He's probably like at least 2 to 3 years older than the rest of, so it's like a 4v1, and he just starts decking motherfuckers because I think the oldest or the youngest of Rhaenyra's sons comes up and starts pushing him, and he just decks him, knocks him out, and then the oldest Valerian daughter comes over. She gets fucking decked. I'm like, whoa, they're not holding anything back. Kids' Choice Awards. You guys got to keep that shit in mind, all right? Holding nothing back. And then so Aemon's starting to win. He's like knocking motherfuckers left and right. All these kids. I'm like, I don't even know if I should be watching this. This is like, fuck. It's like kid brutality right here. And then all of a sudden, I think the oldest boy of Rhaenyra starts beating him up, and then they all join in, and it's a 4-on-1, and then all of a sudden Aemon goes like Darth fucking Vader, kicks one dude off, grabs the other kid by the fucking throat, stands up like, I am your fucking father, but really he's just a cousin, and they're fighting it out still, and everything's going on, and the oldest boy, I know this is like a clusterfuck for the way I'm describing this, but come on, guys, bear with me. This is 5 fucking children. They're all like new characters with fucking unique names. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, how am I gonna explain this? So then the oldest boy, he takes out the fucking knife. He starts going too crazy, too hectic. The knife gets like hit out of his hand. Then the youngest boy fucking grabs it and he fucking uppercuts it, cuts fucking Aegon's eye right through the cheek, all the way up to the fucking skull. And then, perfect timing, the guards, the main people who were supposed to be guarding these children, finally run in. Like, what the fuck is going on? They flip them over. Like, gee, oh my fuck. Like, they thought there was gonna be like a bruise, like maybe a black eye. Like something children do to each other at some point. But no, the fucking eye was out, blood gushing out everywhere. Even the main guard, he's seen some shit in his day, and he was like, what am I looking at? Jesus fucking Christ, dude, you're dying. You're dying. It's making it so much worse. All the kids are freaking out even more now. I was like, Jesus. That must have been like the 20th Jesus I've thrown out during this episode. Why? Because I've never seen kids fight like this. Other than on the St. Clair School fucking yard. Take me back to the day. Yeah, that's where the 5-6 Kings originated. From a private school. Yeah. Look at us now. Am I right? Yeah, so, I mean, this movie is just staying dark, too. This is what I love. This whole episode is, like, during the fucking night. Even if it's during the day, it's, like, very gloomy out. It's like, oh, it could be during the night. And let me make sure this is still going. It's still going. But, yeah, definitely one of the best fights out of kids I've ever seen. What is it? Spy Kids? Got fucking nothing. Power Rangers got nothing on the little brawl that took on in this cave. Alright? So if you guys haven't seen it, definitely go check that out. Because that is like the main thing that has happened in this episode. Besides Princess Daemon and Prince Daemon and Princess Rhaenyra fucking. So now they're back together. And what's great is after the fight, it's like a big reunion again. Because the reunion in the beginning wasn't enough. Because it was all just like, brush off side fucking views, shrug off the shoulder kind of demeanors and shit. Like, oh, okay, they all don't really fucking fuck with each other. Now it's like, oh, we have to confront each other. And what happens? I mean, I feel like sometimes some silly kind of stuff happens because we're sitting in this room, everyone's there, all the kids, all the parents, all the different bloodlines that are essentially almost like the same bloodline are all there, and especially King Viserys is like, how in the fuck could this happen? And he's like bitching at the guards like, what the fuck is your one job, dude? It's to guard the fucking kids. Why weren't you watching the kids? I fucking work at a daycare. You watch the kids. You don't allow the most important kids in the kingdom. Like, these are future kings and queens. And you're just like, they're good a few hundred feet away in a cave where I'm not watching at all. That has an opening to a beach where anyone can come and go. It's not really the most ideal situation for guards to to happen. So they're getting an earful. But then this is what pissed me off. They made it about the fact that, Aegon at one point called Rhaenyra's boys bastards. And apparently that was the main reason why they fought. It's like, no. The main reason why they fought was because Aegon stole her dragon, the girl's dragon, and then punched her in the fucking face. The boys were just trying to literally stick up and protect a girl who is half the age of this boy and half the size, who is getting beat the fuck up. But now, like, we're all gonna make it about being called a bastard? Like, do that. And if that was, like, the writer's main purpose, then, like, just hone in on that, dude. Because the main reason why they fought was because he stole one of their dragons and then started beating the shit out of them. Was it because, like, I don't know. I mean, I guess you could say, oh, when they said bastard, that really set the boys off. But the boys were more so trying to protect her and the girls than fighting Aegon because of being called a bastard. I don't know. Debate me. If you think I'm wrong, comment. Let me know. Because I think I'm right. Right? So, yeah. So they're all, like, feuding over that. And you could tell that Alicent, Queen Alicent, I should say, is obviously trying to make the truth come out. And even the boy, when he's getting questioned, so when Aegon's getting questioned by Viserys, like, who is spreading these lies? Who told you this? He looked at his mom, Queen Alicent, and I was like, oh shit. And then she kind of looked at the boy like, hey, don't look at me. Even though I am the one that's fucking spreading all these rumors, even though they are true. And then looks at Aegon, or is it Aegon, or is it Aegon? Yeah, Aegon. I hope I haven't been saying Aegon this whole time, because it's Aemon's the younger brother. Aegon's the older brother. So Aemon looks at Alicent. I feel like Alicent kind of looked at Aegon, and then Aemon started looking at Aegon and said Aegon. And King Viserys was pretty pissed off and was like, what the fuck, why? And he was like, dude, everyone knows. Everyone. I mean, just look at the fucking boy. Is he black? Does he have dreadlocks? Is his hair white? No. Sorry to break it to you, Pops, Poppy, Grandpa, King, but that ain't no royal bloodline. Boom, mic drop. So then she starts to hit the fan, because now it's like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, for lack of better words. And then Queen Alicent was like, nah, I ain't fucking taking this slander, bitch. Grabs a fucking knife and goes to stab Rhaenyra with the fucking main knife. The main knife that fucking killed the Ice King. Jesus Christ. The Night King, right? That was his fucking name. The Night King, yeah. That killed that dude. She goes to stab Rhaenyra with it. What does Rhaenyra do? She's got godlike reflex. She fucking grabs the wrist. Grabs both. She comes with a punch and a fucking stab, and she grabs both. She's like, I am your ruler. I am the queen. That's not what's said. But she's like, come on, dude. We're friends. That's not what she says either. But there's a little bit back and forth. Everyone's like, what are you doing? Surprised that guards on both sides that are like literally the hand to both the princess and the queen don't break them up any sooner. They actually almost get in a feud. Sir Criston Cole and the King's Guard and everyone almost gets in a feud. Why? Because after that, or maybe it was right before. Yeah, it was right before. She was like, I want an eye for an eye. Boom! It's all fun and games, so someone loses an eye. Boom! Didn't see that coming. Boom! Whoa! That's 3 for 3. Woo-hoo! What more can I come up with? I think that's it. I'm burnt out. I don't see anymore. Alright, now it's getting bad. Yeah, so it's a crazy back and forth. And she literally, Queen Alicent is like, I want one of her son's eyes, an eye for an eye. And he can choose which eye he wants to give up, because, I'm nice. He didn't give my son that opportunity. It's like, dude, no one gives that opportunity. No one gives that choice. Hey, yeah, choose which fucking eye you want. God, I heard something recently from a different show. Maybe it was like, which testicle do you want? Which testicle do you want to keep? That might have been it. Or maybe which hand? Something. It's right on the tip of my tongue. I forget what it's from. You guys probably know. And you're like, oh, dude, it's the Marvel movie. It's the fucking other Game of Thrones fucking shit. I don't know. I know you guys probably remember. I don't. But it felt kind of like we've seen that before. And obviously King Viserys is like, no. Let me give you a hard, stern no. And then tries to go and stab her. And King Viserys kind of like waits for a second before being like, no, that's not nice. And there's this is the way I'm explaining this. But yeah, so Princess Rhaenyra stops Queen Alicent from stabbing her. And for a second, you think that she fully has stopped her. And there's one more smart-ass comment that I'm blanking on right now. And Queen Alicent almost makes it seem like she's not going to do it. And then all of a sudden just fucking like slices right down her forearm. And she's like bleeding. At first I'm like, oh, she just totally cut the main vein going straight down. Like this is like a drawn out, like, oh, I'm dying, but I'm going to say one more thing before I die. I thought for a second Princess Rhaenyra was going to die. But instead she is just got nerve of fucking steel and doesn't flinch even when getting like a 6-inch gash down her fucking forearm and just gushing out blood. She just doesn't, it's just like unfazed. She's unfazable because she's just staring straight at her. Gut is blushing down. Reminds me of myself when I was trying to open up some BB gun bullets. And it was like, oh, we can only pour one out at a time. I'm like, I ain't got no motherfucking time for that. I'm busting, motherfucker. So I had to open that bitch up. And right when I opened it up, I cut all the way through this thick plastic that it pours out of. It went right into my arm, right into my forearm. And I pull it out, got about 2 inches deep in my arm. And I'm gushing blood. And I just walk out. And I'm like, yo, Dad, check this out. And my dad turns around from doing dishes. And he's like, whoa! And he freaks out. And just, I'm just like, yeah, just, seal that shit up, bruh. Ain't nothing, bruh. That's like, kind of like Rhaenyra. She was like, bruh, ain't nothing, bruh. Doesn't matter if that's Valyrian steel, ain't nothing, bruh. And that's basically, what happened. And then Queen Alicent felt stupid because Viserys is like, what the fuck, bro? And everyone's like, what the fuck, bro? And then she went back to her chambers and she felt stupid. And then she's like, and I thought that was going to be the end of the episode, but it keeps going on. She's like trying to now, she had a conversation with her dad. Oh, which we come to find out, that's one other big thing that happened in this episode. From last episode, his right-hand man got burnt to fucking death with Rhaenyra's, I don't know what you call him. He's not the husband, but he's the father of her children. And they both burnt to death. So they're dead. So what do we come to find out? We didn't see the interaction. But he brings back Hightower as his right-hand man. So now he's back in the castle, and he is now, once again, having this relationship and dynamic with his daughter of basically kind of counseling her as to, and it was less of counsel, more like, yeah, you now you get what I'm talking about. Now you see what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying. And he's proud of her. He's like, I didn't think that fucking side of you existed. I didn't think you had the fucking balls. I even questioned myself. Does my daughter got the balls? But now I see you do. So I'm proud of you. She thought she was going to be like reprimanded. No. An action that almost got her killed. Her father was like, you did good. Now you understand the task ahead of you. Keep going, daughter. And there's like this weird dynamic between them. It's not really not too weird, but it's more of like unexpected. It was unexpected he was going to become the right-hand man this episode and kind of be back almost counseling his daughter in a way. And we basically just get more interaction with Prince Daemon and Princess Rhaenyra. Come to find out, they're making a deal. They're going to find a way to get married and make one of the fucking most powerful houses that history has ever known. So what do? They create a fucking crazy lie. Kind of like that Spider-Man lie where he's just been lying to everyone his whole life and then needs to fucking do like a Doctor Strange spell to make sure everyone doesn't know because his lie became free and kind of like that. But there's no Doctor Strange, so they have to like find a more lucrative way to like. So what they end up doing is faking Princess Rhaenyra's husband, who is a Valerian, death. So I forget his fucking first name, but you guys know who I'm talking about. Her husband, they find a way to fake his death by having, I think it was his actual, lover, act like he was going to kill him. So they start getting like a sword fight in his father's chambers, I forget the castle. Jesus, you guys, I'm sorry. But you guys know what I'm talking about. At the Valerian's castle, in the main King Valerian's chamber, Rhaenyra's husband is like fighting with his lover, and then I don't know who the kid was, but it's someone that's someone that is important enough where if he says this is what was happening, everyone's going to believe him. So he left to go get the guards as they were sword fighting in the chamber. And by the time they get back, they just find a body with a certain necklace around that, or bracelet or something that shows that it was Rhaenyra's husband who basically died in this fire. And I mean, good acting between the two, because you really thought like, oh, this is a fight to the death. And then we cut to Prince Daemon and Princess Rhaenyra getting married in one of the most bizarre marriages I've ever fucking seen. I mean, they're cutting both top and bottom lip. They're cutting their hands. I mean, they're fully fusing blood. Like, if they didn't get a disease from sex, I mean, this is the one way they're gonna contract it from each other. I mean, it was like, let's conjoin our blood and make out with our blood at the same time. Once again, the whole aesthetic to it, the whole color scheme, I was like, okay, this is pretty dreamlike. It's pretty dreamy. I feel the vibe. I feel the love in the air. There's a breeze, blood fucking flying around. I mean, it was a magical moment. And then we cut back to motherfucking Rhaenyra's now ex-husband, and he's canoeing away with his lover boy who were just fighting in his father's chamber. And they're like, we're fucking dipping, bruh. We're going across the sea. We got enough gold where we can do whatever we want. And that's what they do. I'm sure they're going to show up, I'm guessing, 2 seasons down the line when Rhaenyra needs a new army. When Rhaenyra and Daemon are most shit out of luck and they need a new army. Who's coming fucking back around? Her ex-husband and his lover boy, and they're bringing a whole new fucking army the world has never seen. That's it for this fucking episode, guys. My name is Brandon Boy. This is the 5-6 Kings podcast. Every motherfucking Monday. Go check out our website at 56kings.com. That's FIVESIXKINGS.com. Or you can go to our Instagram at FIVESIXKINGS, 56 Kings. You guys know the deal. We're here every motherfucking Monday bringing you a live reaction to the episode. It gets better and better, guys. I really think they've done a fantastic job at keeping us in the story as all these years are passing. Even next episode, I'm pretty sure we're going to see some time, like literally possibly some years in the storyline progress. So we're jumping every episode, and I think we're really moving to a spot where they can take this in so many different directions. I feel like they really first had to build up this lineage, this generation, family, bloodline, and all the relationships to show how it ends up just breaking off into all these different routes and turn of events. And I think it's been building up. I think it's still building up. I don't even think we're breaking down yet. I think we're still building up. I think maybe next episode, or maybe the episode after, or maybe it's the next season. I think we'll find out next episode if they're still building up or they're going to start breaking off now. I think when they really start to get into, oh, we're actually going to go to war between these houses, because literally at the end of the debate, not to bring it back to the other scene, but at the very end of it, after Queen Alicent did stab, essentially, cut Princess Rhaenyra, we got Daemon, we got the boys, we got the Valerians, and Rhaenyra all on one side, and then we got the Hightowers, and we got the Targaryens on the other side. I mean, it is I mean, really, the Targaryens are a little split on both sides, but you get the picture. We are literally having a standoff between these different households and literally what's going to come in the future. And I think it's going to be the younger generation, the boys, the younger kids right now that we're watching, mostly that this episode's about, showing how they're going to end up breaking off, and the real wars that we're going to be witnessing are going to be fought by them. And that's what I'm guessing and believing is what's going to happen. And I think we're just still building up. I think we need to wait until the kids are old enough to go to war, and then that's when it's really going to break down and start breaking off into a bunch of shit. So stay tuned, guys. I'm excited. I know you are. The episode's fucking fantastic. The cinematography, the lighting, the acting, the wardrobe. I mean, it's fucking fantastic. Keep watching, guys. I love you so much. And we'll see you guys next week. Peace out. Ooh, bitch, I'm from Palm Beach. See you later.